Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are in the world, whatever you're up to. Hey! Welcome to this week's edition of Coffee Chat with me. I'm your hostess, Catherine Oster, and I have my beautiful, amazing friend, Maureen, with me this week.
Hello. Thanks for having me on, Catherine.
Thank you so much for joining. So just a little backstory. Maureen and I ran into each other online like 10 years ago. And she actually helped me build my first website, powerperformancehorses.com. And she was such a gift to work with. She made something that was really hard for me, like so easy. She held my hand and threw it all and explained it all to me. And we've kind of stayed in touch off and on ever since then, sometimes more than others. But, she's just one of those people in my life that is there. Those people that are just there that you can reach out to and connect with anytime. That's Maureen.
Mhm.
And then I see her on Facebook and I love all the things she's got going on. And good morning, Karen. Good morning, Tammy. Anyway, so it popped for me to invite Maureen to come on Coffee Chat this week. And we're talking, hey, body, what else is possible still? And after I reached out to her, we started talking about her body, and she's had lots of different things going on that she's been navigating. Hi, Annalise. And so I know when we have things going on and there's pain and things, we can feel like we're so alone, and we start to feel really wrong, and we often don't want to talk about it. And sometimes there's a period where things are very private, and then there's a period where you're more comfortable to be vulnerable and discuss what's been going on for you and what you've been choosing. And it starts to invite possibilities for yourself and for other people. Hey, Mom, good morning. So, Maureen, you take it away now. You want to tell us a little bit about you, and I guess about what your journey's been like with your
Oh,
body.
thank you for that, Catherine. I'm so grateful for those kind words you just said. I'm like, oh, that's so true. We have just reached out to each other whenever things have popped, and it hasn't been other than just hey, women champion women. Like that's really
Yeah.
been so loud, right? We really just want to champion each other and move forward with this. And that's kind of been the motivator for my body. I'd say about 2 years ago, when I was younger, I was into kickboxing and taekwondo, and I used to do aerobics. And before school, I'd go swimming. And I was very, very, very active all the time. And then I became a mom, and I was a young mom, and I was super active and on these boards and always going, 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 going. Um, and then I divorced my husband and I met my partner now, and we started golfing, and golfing was phenomenal. And we used to golf like 2 rounds a day when we were on vacation. It was phenomenal. And one day I went out golfing and I couldn't even swing for 9 holes. It was debilitating. Like I started getting back spasms. And it's still so strange to me today. So I started on this journey of like, what is this? What is this? And with the energy work that we do and working with different people. And then I started to like, okay, I'm going to go find a chiropractor. I worked with a chiropractor until she said, I'm sorry, there's nothing else that I can do for you. And I'm like, okay, cool. What else? Then I found a physiotherapist until he said, I'm sorry, you are at where I can take you. And I'm like, wow. And they have both said, you have chronic pain. This will be the rest of your life. And I'm like, well, it only said in 2 years ago. So I
Mm-hmm.
wonder what this is. So since then, I have really discovered that if I keep moving, and this might sound a little crazy to some, but it's like I move for 3 hours at least a day. I'll go to the gym and I'm on that treadmill for over an hour. The treadmill will kick me off. I'll go to my trainer and he's training me hard. And if I don't do that, it's almost like the fluid in my body solidifies and I can't move, which is so interesting. So if anyone
Mm-hmm.
has any awarenesses, I'm open to hear. So I have been doing a ton of things. And it's interesting because there'll be a day or two a month where I actually don't have any discomfort in my body
Cool.
and I won't go to the gym. So it's pain
Right.
later.
Wow. Interesting. That is a really cool pop for
Right?
you there. So on those 2 days where you don't feel any pain, you choose not to go to the gym, and then it kind of sets in again. So yeah, what is your body asking for right now?
Exactly, right? Like obviously more movement. And then when I don't go and move at the gym because it feels good, I kind of
Yeah.
chuckle at myself. Really? So if you didn't have the pain, you wouldn't be moving? Because it's truly like my body just loves to move, dance. Like I always have music on, I'm always moving. And during COVID, what happened was my business exploded because I work online and all these law firms had to go online. So I sat for COVID, I'd say
Wow.
16 to 18 hours a day. And my body was like, no, not anymore. We're getting up, we're moving, let's go. Whatever it takes, go.
Yeah.
So now it's learning about that communion with my body and listening to her like, hey, body, okay, yes, I get you've created this. I've created this pain to kick my butt, to get to the gym, to move, to whatever that is.
Yeah.
And now I would like to be at the point where I'm in such communion with her where I no longer need the pain to motivate me.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm looking for now.
Yeah. It's so interesting how hey, good morning, Ross, and hi, Shannon. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them in. It's so interesting. Pain in itself is so different for everybody. I also have another client where the pain comes up when they move, and if they are still and relaxing and they feel good, that's when they feel good right now. But when they get back to work and start moving too much, then the pain really sets in. And so it's kind of the opposite thing. So it's like, and everybody's pain is so different. And this is where you can start to feel really stuck because, like Maureen had said, she's worked with all these specialists and they've all said there's nothing else we can do for you. And you're like, and then oftentimes we start to go to the wrongness, like, oh my God, what's so wrong with me that these people can't even contribute to me or help me? Yeah. And so the more that you can stay out of the wrongness and just like acknowledge your body is so different. Like everybody's body is so different. And really saying the question, what are you telling me, body?
Mm-hmm.
How can we change this? And getting out of the judgment of the pain and into like the possibility. And then
Yeah.
I also wonder, um, you know, so the motivator, so for Maureen, for example, pain as a motivator for moving, getting her butt, off of the chair and working and into like moving, it's kind of like living your life, experiencing the world. What is your body? What future is your body aware of?
I bet you
What
know.
future is your body aware of that it's like preparing you for right now? Or do you
Mhm.
have an ask in your
Mhm.
life that your body is facilitating you into choosing more of?
Oh, it's definitely right. Like when I hit anyone who knows me, I spend a lot of time on the islands, any island.
Mhm.
And of course, mine are my two favorites or three favorites are, Maui and Kauai and Jamaica. And when I'm there,
It's no
Catherine, there's
pain.
no pain.
Maureen,
I
you
know.
just need to move.
Well, my kids are here, my partner's here, my mom's here, like all my loves are here.
Oh my
If I could
gosh.
bring them all with me, I'd pick them all up and say, "Come on, let's go."
Well,
It's
and
it's ridiculous.
so have you actually said to your body, like, hey, body, I get it. You want to be here. And one day, let's choose that. Like in the next, 5 years, what would it take to be there for, more than, well, you've been there for like months at a time though, right? Or like a month? What's the longest you've
We were there for
stayed?
12 weeks in Hawaii.
Nice.
Last year was phenomenal.
Wow. Yeah, and for all those who you watched our like my family vacation too, Maureen was my travel girl. Like we met on Zoom and she told me about all the things, and it was such a gift to connect with her and go to that island. And she is correct. There is something so magical about those places. Um, and now her body's like, take me there permanently.
Like, get back there, come on. And I'm like, okay, buddy, set it up. And in the meantime, we still need to just be here a little longer with,
Yeah.
kids. And there was a time I absolutely, and it was interesting too, this last time we were in Kauai, our friends who you met, Doug, they found
Yes.
a rental place for us on the beach, and it was ridiculously cheap.
Wow.
And even cheap for North American standards, because we know Hawaii is super expensive.
Yeah.
Furnished with two bathrooms, 3 bedrooms, and we actually said no, which told me we weren't ready.
Yeah.
We could have afforded it.
Yeah. It just wasn't the time yet.
Yes.
Well, and what does your partner do, Aaron? Like, does he work online? Is he able to work anywhere in the world, or is he kind of more there?
He can go wherever he wants in the world. He's one of this is like the long short of it. He's one of 3 in the world who work on a certain type of valve. With the and doesn't have to be the oil industry. He happens to be in the oil industry, but it's any valve in any plant. So he's one of 3 who knows how to work them. So he has been all over the world doing that. So we can go anywhere. And at Christmas, his boss told us, "We'll pick a place. You can move." And we both went,
"Oh my God, it's all coming." And then it makes you like so uncomfortable.
Yeah, you see like the freeze, right? I'm like, "Oh, back." So I wonder if that's the discomfort. It's like not choosing.
I wonder. Yeah. Like, I'm not joking. When you have an ask to change things or create things in your life, your body, the universe, consciousness will facilitate you in that direction. So once you've acknowledged it, though, I get that you could possibly start to create more ease with it. Like, telling your body, like, I got the message, body. I did ask for this, yes, and I know we would love it there, but it's just not time yet. And in the meantime, we're going to still keep moving, and we're going to still keep being in communion. And then, what else is possible? We will get there, though. Like, we're going to get there.
It's like making that energetic contract with her. Okay, yes.
Yes, exactly.
I love that. Thank you. Yeah. I love
You're
that.
welcome.
You're so brilliant. Like, every time I have these things. True, just acknowledge it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Acknowledge your ask, acknowledge that, because the moment you said my body didn't hurt when we were there, it's like, there's something there. So like the pain, like noticing, and then those couple of days. So I wonder how much more present you can be on those couple of days where there's no discomfort. What energy is present in your life on those days, and what are you choosing on those days? I know you said you chose not to move, but like, what else is there? It's like really honing that energetic perception of yourself.
Yeah, like tapping in. What is this?
Yeah.
That's a great question. Holy.
Yeah.
All I can think of is extreme happiness. Like I wake up and because there's no pain. So I'm like, yes.
Right. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, body, like more of this. So what is it about this day and this moment that is this, that is no pain, that is this? There was something else. Oh yeah. And anywhere. So when you're also, Annalise, the power of acknowledging. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And train, come back to the station. Oh yeah. So oftentimes when you are choosing like the chiropractor, the physiotherapist, so it's such a balance of energy. So when you're choosing these appointments from the energy of something is wrong with me, I'm broken, I need to fix this. It often doesn't work. But if you can get out of like, that somebody else is going to save you, like anytime you've ever went to somebody thinking that they are going to save you from the pain, it's like you are actually the source of the change, the pain within yourself. You're the source of it. This is going to sound maybe like really harsh, and you created it in the sense that you asked for something and your body is facilitating you to that. So you are the source that can change it. When you can start to kind of claim, own, and acknowledge that, which we're talking about acknowledging right now, and then when you go to the chiropractor, the physiotherapist, they can work with it in a different way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And it's interesting you say that, because it's like, I chose these paramedicals as a question. right? Like,
Ah,
I wasn't looking at them as validation, fix my pain. I look at
yeah.
things like even being on here with you as gathering information. So here's what's
Yeah.
going on. So when they're like, I feel like I frustrated them, but I've asked them, I
Yes.
listened to them. So it's kind of like going, okay, so it's not that, check. Okay, it's not that, check. And when you've said, acknowledge what your body's like, the ask that you asked, and your body is
Yeah.
saying, okay, we'll set it up because I do things really fast. My
Yes.
body's like, do, like you asked for this 2 years ago and we're still here.
You're like, why are you being so slow, Maureen?
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like, I love when you said that. Like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
what am I not acknowledging that I've asked for?
Yes. And is
It's
your body creating the future? There was also a lot of energy on that. Like, what is your body motivating you to choose right now for the future or something like, yeah.
yes.
Hey,
When
Shauna, thank
it's
you.
so interesting too, because my trainer, who I love, my physiotherapist put me in touch, and I'm like, sure, like I'm willing
Yeah.
to try anything, and I look at everything as a question. Like, I wonder if
Yes.
this person would have information for me. I wonder if this. So I've met my trainer. I've met with him 3 times now, and I love him. He is just as weird as you and I are. Like I never expected this. He is so open to some of the programs I've sent him. He goes, "Oh yeah, I've done that." I'm like, "Oh, very cool." So we get talking, and he's telling me about, and you guys know I love Jamaica and Hawaii.
Yeah.
There's this author who weighed over 300 pounds, and he lost 160 pounds. It was crazy. And it wasn't about the food he was eating, which is where my comment
Oh,
from yesterday.
right.
And what he said was it was based on our light. And he said he went to, like, this author, Jack Cruz, went to Jamaica. He met with Usain Bolt, who is the fastest man on the earth. And you all know him. He's tall and lanky and thin. All he eats is chicken McNuggets.
Right?
It's the light. And
Oh,
Jack Cruz said everybody should be living in Jamaica. The
yeah.
land, the volcanic, like, energy of the
No,
land.
Maureen, and not everybody should be
I
living in
know.
Jamaica. No, 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 no. There would be way too many people there. I wouldn't want to be there then.
Yeah, block that out. Yeah.
We're gonna cut that out of the recording.
Right? I'm like, okay, universe. Like, here I found this like plain personal trainer who's phenomenal. And he's like, yeah, so everyone should live in Jamaica. And I'm like, what? Okay, body.
Yeah, yeah. One thing that I've been doing too, like since Kauai, so there was this energy of what I would like my life to be like that I started asking for, like really a lot in 2017. Then going to Kauai literally matched the energy of what I like in totality of what I would like my life to be like. I mean, I would love to have my horses in Kauai, so what would that take? But maybe in 12 years I'm not going to be. Anyway, I've been really playing with all the different future possibilities, but what I started, because there was a time like when we were in Kauai, I didn't want to go back home because I just loved the energy so much. But then I'm like, whoa, 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 Catherine Oster, you know that energy knows no boundaries.
Yeah.
So what would it take for you to bring Kauai home with you? You know the energy. And so now every day I think about that island like at least 3 times a day consciously, where I will just close my eyes for a moment and I'll remember the view and I'll smell the air and I'm there.
Yeah.
And I'm like this, and I have it here. And there's been so many things that have been changing here and greater too, just by bringing in that energy, So it's really inviting you to get out of the linearity of life and to really get into the energy of what else is possible.
And it's so true. We've booked a trip, like speaking on that, we've booked a trip out east. So we're
Yeah.
going to go explore Halifax and New Brunswick
Cool.
and PEI. And when you start to look at the photos and the
Yeah.
YouTube videos out there, it's so similar to Hawaii. It blows my
Ooh.
mind. So when you
So
start
wait,
to invest that energy in everything
yes.
now, right? Like, I don't have to be in Hawaii. Like you said, you don't have to be
Yeah.
there to have it.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like, they treat their land there different. They treat
Yes.
their animals. Everything is just so in communion and honor and regard for everything.
Yeah.
It really should be how the world is.
Yeah, totally. It's so funny. We started talking about pain and we ended talking about Hawaii and Jamaica.
Well, pain is a glorious motivator. And if it gets me living there with all my loves, that's my ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I'll have
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Maureen, for joining me today. And thank you, everybody, for jumping on live. And if you guys have any questions or comments, put them in. I'll include some information in this video and you can connect with us later.
Can I plug one program that I truly
Yes,
okay.
Maureen, please do.
I'm doing this program with Danielle. She's been my holistic
Oh.
wellness coach for years and years and years, and she's brilliant. Like she's brilliant on this capacity, like you are, Catherine. Like it's just phenomenal, and she taps into a body, and it's crazy. Anyway, she is doing this 4-week food and eating intensive, and it's once a week. And I would love for all of you guys to come join me. It's not about what you're eating.
Maureen, message me the link and I'll put it with the video, please.
Thank you.
Yes, you guys can check that out. And yes, I really get that communion with your body is something that is so important. Well, right now, if you want to cultivate a future that's greater than you could ever imagine possible. Yeah.
You were right.
Yeah. All righty. You're welcome. Thank you too. And we'll see you guys later. Have an amazing rest of your day.